In this center, you're going to be learning about the differences between life in the Soviet Union, or the USSR, and life in Russia today, or the Russian Federation. So really, we're going to be focusing on the same country in two different governments, with two different governments, or in two different time periods with two different government styles. The USSR, represented by this flag here, the red flag, is a communist symbol with the sickle, which is this curved thing, and the hammer, that was the symbol of communism. And then Russia Today's flag, which is the white, blue, and red. So as we look through these next few slides, I want you to think, what do you think life was like in that place, the Soviet Union, or what do you think it's like today in the Russian Federation? So first, let's look at some pictures of life in the Soviet Union, or Communist Russia, or the USSR. The gentleman in these pictures, his name is Joseph Stalin, and he was the leader of Communist Russia in the 1940s and 50s during World War II. So I want you to pause the video, take a minute, talk with your group. What do you think life was like? Pause now. So these pictures paint Joseph Stalin in a pretty good light. They make him look pretty good. He's holding a baby here. There are some children hanging up his pictures, very smiley, lots of flowers in all the pictures. Shows Joseph Stalin almost as like the father of the Soviet Union, or a father figure who cared about his subjects, cared about the people, cared about women and children. And so that's a really important thing for us to know about, because Joseph Stalin in the pictures, the leader of Soviet Union, is being showed this way. And as you read the article, I want you to think, do these pictures really represent what life was like in the Soviet Union? Here's another set of pictures from the Soviet Union, Communist Russia. Take a minute, talk with your group. What do you notice about these pictures? This is the same time period as the pictures we just looked about. Soviet Union, Communist Russia, but a very different image. Pause the video, talk with your group. So as I said before you paused, these pictures paint a very different picture of life in Communist Russia, or the Soviet Union under Joseph Stalin. These pictures are a little bit harsher. You could see up here, these men are in chains. If you look very closely, they're shackled. These are like handcuffs or cuffs around their legs. These are actually prisoners in camps in Siberia, the cold Asian part of Russia where not many people live. Joseph Stalin, anybody who spoke out against him would send people to camps, prison camps in Siberia. And these are pictures of life in that area. Down here are more people working in Siberia. You can see the snow, and they're basically forced to do hard labor. And here you could see somebody being carried away by the police. That's basically a picture telling us that anybody who spoke out against Stalin would be arrested and sent to one of these camps. So you could see two very different pictures of the Soviet Union. And as you read your article and talk with your group, you're going to see which one is more accurate. So now let's talk about Russia today, the Russian Federation. Here are some different images of what Russia today is like. I want you to talk about the pictures with your group. Pause the video now to do so. All right, so today, Russia Federation is trying to build a democracy. They are no longer a communist country. Communism fell in the early 1990s, and they are now trying to rebuild in a democratic way. And it's been a struggle for them. It hasn't always been easy. So the previous president who stepped down last year is Dmitry Medvedev. And this man right here is Vladimir Putin. He was the president before Medvedev, and he has now been reelected and is the president currently of Russia. So here he is. He's a very popular man. He is well known around the world, and he has some different ideas about the way that Russia should be brought into the democratic way of government. So there he's shown as being a leader in government. Let's take a look at some more pictures. These are actually not photographs. These are what we call political cartoons. And there's Putin being shown in this cartoon. And it says, "I've decided to retain power. Those in favor say aye, and those opposed say nothing." So underneath Stalin, anybody who spoke out against him was sent to those prisons. In a democratic government, you would think that that wouldn't be. You would think that it would be much easier or even allowed for you to say things against the government as long as you didn't do anything harmful. But these cartoons are indicating that Putin does not let people speak out against him. So that's part of the struggle towards democracy. Over here you have Vladimir Putin holding a dog with a muzzle so that the dog can't make any noise on the media. So that might suggest that he is keeping newspapers or television news stations from reporting truth. Maybe, or maybe fiction. I don't know. These are people's opinions in cartoon form. As you read your article about Russia Today, you'll get to make an opinion for yourself. And here's another one showing that Vladimir Putin actually had control over what Dmitry Medvedev, the past president, was doing. So as you read, keep in mind these different images of Russia today and the Soviet Union, and which ones are more accurate. Maybe they're all accurate. You're going to have to read and make that decision for yourself based on the facts. Thank you for watching this video.